Right now, Pittsburgh's best sports show is about to begin. Call us or tweet us. We got things to talk about on the Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call.
All right, Ken, thanks very much. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to a Thursday night edition of the Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call right here on Pittsburgh CW. It's 412-575-2600. You can tweet me tonight at KDPomp. We have a lot of interesting topics tonight. The Pirates have a day off after a rough road trip, 2 wins and 4 losses as they spent time in Chicago with the Cubs and then Arizona. So they're back home, a 10-game homestand, a big one considering where they are. 8 games out of first place, 4th place in the division. And they have in this homestand Cincinnati this weekend, then Milwaukee comes to Pittsburgh, followed by Arizona. So you can label it whatever you want. To me, it looks very critical that they get something going and do it soon. So we'll find out what happens this coming 10-game homestand. But the Pirates right now, as I said, 4th place. John Morosi wrote an article today. He's a national baseball writer, says the Pirates are in that mode where they may be looking at another fire sale of players if this continues. Wouldn't surprise me if it happens that way, but among them you'd have to consider Josh Harrison would be in demand. A lot of teams would love or should love to have a guy like that going down the stretch. Certainly a guy like Ivan Nova could be used by people if it comes to this. Even Francisco Cervelli, although they're kind of thin at catcher at this point behind Elias Diaz is Jacob Stallings, and I'm not sure who else is ready to play at this level. So we'll see how it goes. But they can avoid that if they get themselves back into contention. And the way to do that is have like an 8-2 homestand. Are they capable of doing that? We will see. Also, Bob McKenzie, today on the Cook and Pony Show, 93.7 The Fan, they were talking a lot about Phil Kessel, which has been a topic that we've gotten into over and over again. I just did a Facebook Live about that on the KDKA Facebook page, just about gauging interest on whether or not you would think Phil Kessel is a guy who should be traded. Me, myself, I wouldn't want him to be traded. I think he still has a role here. I think this team is still close enough to winning right now with what they have, and I think that window is open for at least this year and potentially after that. But, I think Kessel's a key component to it. Look what he did in those 2 Stanley Cup runs. Now, I know this year was different. He was injured. Who knows to what degree? Who knows what the truth was on that? But he had his most productive regular season, which says a lot. And to me, he does his best work when he's on the line with Evgeny Malkin. And I think those two just have a unique relationship, and one brings out the best in the other. And I think they should re-explore that instead of putting Kessel down to a 3rd line. So there's a lot to think there. But the question is, would you trade him? Call me and let me know at 412-575-2600. And if so, what would you expect in return? And which teams are likely to pick up the load of that contract? Keep in mind, it's not a 1 or 2 year. There are 4 years remaining on this contract, which is in excess of $6.8 million, although it's actually more than that. The Penguins are playing 6.8, so it's closer to $8 million. Which team would want that? Now, there are a lot of teams that are close enough to winning, I think, who may say, hey, we could use a Kessel. He could put us over the top with what he does on special teams, his sniping ability, whatever. The question is, Jim Rutherford, does he feel the need to do it? My guess on that is no, but he will listen. He'll always listen and should always listen. You never know what's going to come up as the regular season gets closer and they think about potential options there when it comes to their roster. But I do think the Penguins still have a good enough team to compete, and I think it's good enough with Kessel on it. What do you say? 412-575-2600. Also, day 1 of the U.S. Open, and boy, oh boy, what a day it was at Shinnecock Hills. Those of you who play golf know, if you haven't played that course, reputation has it, it is one of the most difficult courses. I take you back to 2004 and some of the unfair conditions they had there. Well, it's back, and it was a windy day, and boy, it's an exposed golf course up there in Southampton, New York, and the scores reflected that. The leaders, and there are 4 of them at -1. I wish I had a mulligan on my pick, which was Jason Day. He's +9, but he's not alone up there. Rory McIlroy shot +10, Tiger +8, Spieth +8, Mickelson +7, Garcia +6, Koepka +6. There are so many good names that have all really struggled in round run. And the good thing, if you're them, if you shoot, you'll at least be in contention to make the cut, move on, and then who knows. Golf left to be played, but man, it's been a struggle out there for most of those guys. And the question I would have for you tonight, do you like watching golf this way, or would you rather see them go on a birdie spree and win with some tremendous shot making? Let me know what you think about all these topics and more. 412-575-2600. We'll continue the conversation when we take a break. You're watching it live right here on Pittsburgh CW.